Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on a video. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here, we did some suburban expansion, suburban metro expansion, very fun little build. And before that, we looked at the new financial districts DLC, which I can't believe was only out about 2 weeks ago. So we're starting here today in our little town market square because the town put up the Christmas tree. And, you know, it's the holiday season. This is the last episode before the holidays. I will have one in between now and New Year's. So look out for that one. But also, I have a special event coming up with Joy from Joy Build Cities. And we will be on our Discord channel, which is linked down below. And we are going to be reviewing some of our older cities on the Discord channel on December 30th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you care to join the Discord, hang out with us, and come check out our critiques of our old cities. What is in store for today's episode? Well, we are going to be expanding the metro again. Yeah, we are going to be adding a whole new line. Actually, we might be adding 2 whole new lines. And yeah, this is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. This is kind of the extent of the inner core of the metro system. I can definitely see us expanding it on the edges a little bit farther to, you know, one more station along kind of thing. But around the central points of the city, this is going to be the extent of it. And I'm really excited to show you what I've got planned. So here we are in the city, and then we swing all the way over here, and this is our expansion that we did last time where we had 2 suburban metro stations in here, which this metro station swings through here, connects up into what's going to be a central location of this suburb, and then swings all the way to the university and then into the downtown core. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting up this future central point of the suburb with a metro that will connect up into our stadium grounds and then all the way up through here to Prairie Station, which is the original city in this area. So, you know, big plan here, big metro expansion. And then we'll also be connecting a second line. We'll just be doing some tweaks to our current line that runs into the downtown core, where currently this line runs up to here and then curves into the downtown core and then goes this way. So we're going to be adding an extension that allows us to then run a second line along here, which will run into Winslow. So we're going to be having some pretty fun little metros through here on a chill build before the holidays. So let's start out over here and talk about how we're going to be doing this. So if we hop out and we look at the station right here, we have one of the new stations which has a cross platform. So this allows us to connect 2 different lines. So this line over here is going to go into this direction where we're going to have suburban sprawl and whatnot. So, you know, there's that. But what I'm interested in, because, you know, this is empty right now, is I'm interested in how we're going to connect it from here all the way over to its sister station over here in the Stadium District in the Stampede Grounds. Because, you know, it's the same metro station, first of all, which is kind of funny. But then from here, we get to some complicated issues with Midtown, where we're going to need to get a metro station in along the rapid bus transit network. So I'm thinking a station right in here would do well. And then maybe it might have to be across the road here. And then I want to get one into here where we have this new underground garden plaza. So I think it would play well with a metro. And then we'll curve it up into here underneath this area here along Greenberg, underneath Greenberg Garden, where we will be running it parallel to a current metro line we have stationed out in New Greenberg Station, where we'll upgrade this station and then connect it up into Mackenzie Bridge Station. So, you know, big ideas here. What's the first step? Well, we're going to go back over to here and look at the trajectory of this. So how are we going to bring this across the river? Well, you know, we could tunnel it, which would be cool. But you know what would be even cooler? If we ran a metro bridge underneath our new Mackenzie Bridge. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be running a metro line underneath the bridge There's a couple bridges that I've seen that have that, and I think it's one of the cooler things. So I think we're going to be duplicating that in today's video. So how we're going to be doing this? Well, the idea here is we're going to build basically a bridge. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. But we're going to be building a bridge, and I'm going to pretty much just try and duplicate the length of the bridge of what we currently have with the nodes here. So this is about as far as I think we need to have the bridge pieces for this. So then I'm going to then grab it with move it, and we're just going to select all the nodes. That's all that really matters. And then all we really need to do is get it to a same height. So I'm just going to say get to this height. Oh, all right. So it's all at the same height right now. And the great thing about this metro bridge is, you know, it's a truss bridge, but I think we could use this asset to make it look like it's attached on the top as well as on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to then lower this. So we're going to use page up and page down to do that. And I think that looks good. It looks like the surface is connected to the road here. Are we bleeding through onto the other side of the bridge? Doesn't look like it, so I think we are good to go. Then the next step is to then try and remove any clipping, which is the main difficulty with this, right? So there's this item here. So if we just touch it up a little bit, it should remove the silliness on the bottom, but oh no, it shows up on the top. So we're going to need to play with this just enough so that it removes it from the top. But how are we on the bottom here? Not too great, but we could live with that. So let's just go to this one over here and do something similar. So the next step is to actually lower the metro bridge again to maximize our space. Okay, so that's about as far as I want to go, unless I don't want to keep the awesomeness, which is the connection between the roof part of the truss here with the floor, or you know, the road. Yeah. So the next step is to align the pillars in an appropriate order. So since we have the bridge as the main support for this, the road bridge that is, we don't need that many pillars, though I do think we will need some. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove a few of these nodes. So this one, for example, we don't need. We'll keep this one. We'll keep this one. We don't need this one. We'll keep this one. Yeah, and we'll keep that one. So now I'm just going to grab this node, and we're going to scoot this one right in line with the other pillar. So we'll do the same thing for this one here. And this one here, I think, is just going to have to remain in the water as an extra support. And it's going to line up directly with this one here, this node here, which it pretty much already is. But just a slight little adjustment. Whoops. And we should be fine. So the end pillars, they need to be adjusted as well. So we do have a road pillar here. And we will just delete it. Because, you know, now we're supporting this node here technically with the support from the metro. So there we have it. And then, oh, we have a bit of an issue over here with some land value here. Okay. So I thought I fixed this off camera. Let me just dabble with this really quickly. Trying to maximize the amount of profit we were making out of that zone there. And yeah, that's okay. All right, so the next step, now that we've established how we're going to bridge or tunnel the river, and we chose bridge underneath the current infrastructure, is to connect them up, right? So we're going to connect up this station over here, which I know looks so lonely right now, but in the future it will be the center point of a bustling neighborhood. So let's then start descending. So we're going to then go elevated for just a slight little bit. So let's just select, let's go to home. There we go. And then we're on ground level. And we'll bring this one out 10 units or so. That's good. And then we're going to go directly into tunnel mode. And from here, we're just going to start curving slightly. Okay, so that's fun. It goes right into a tunnel underneath here. I'll then curve out into this direction. I put it a bit farther than I was actually expecting to, so we'll just back that up really quickly. And then the next thing we're going to do is actually get a stop for this metro over here somewhere, which is kind of a tough little spot here, but it would be a missed opportunity if the city did not do this, because otherwise the stop from here over onto a station in Bellevue would be quite far, and I think people of Hanover Heights deserve a new little metro station, right? So let's just build up a quick little neighborhood right in here, coming off of this road here, which is Anna Vista. So if you have a name suggestion for Anna Vista, let me know in the comment section down below. But then we'll bring this one down into here. And what's the future situation of this road going to be? Well, I don't know. I definitely know I want to park over here, but let's just bring this one out to about this point here, and then we'll have to leave it for now, folks, because I don't want to continue it any farther. I don't want to make any calls on the future beyond kind of where this forest demarcates it. And we are not going to go any farther into this zone here, because I think there might be some expansion to do with this intersection if things get a little gnarly. All right, so now that we've got this basic grid in place, is this exactly what it's going to look like? Definitely not on the outsides, but right in here I think is a good little area. I think we're pretty much set for that expansion of Hanover Heights. Let's actually bring the district over as well. We can bring this one all the way up in here. We kind of talked about where it's going to go, so I think I'm comfortable placing that all the way out to about there. But let's look at the metro line here, right? So this is the whole purpose of this build. So we're going to swing it out so that it has a nice angle of approach here, and we can get a little metro stop. See, this is tough because this is kind of a residential area, right? I mean, I suppose we could just go directly at it, right? Have a bit of a metro stop along this avenue here, but we could pull it into this area. Maybe if we get it along this street, we could turn this section to a bit of a bus hub or something like that. That's not too crazy of a diversion, especially if we're already underground. I say we just roll with it, and let's just get a metro stop right in here. Okay, fantastic. So we got the metro hooked in here, which is really cool. So I said we're going to get a bus stop in here, and this is going to become like a bit of a transit little hub here for this area. So we have those bus stations available to us somewhere. And here's one right here. So this is a small one. This is all we really need. So we'll put it right in here. We could put two of them in here and make it look like a cooler little station. And I think that does look pretty cool to me. And then just to make sure everything looks smooth and all planned out, we'll fill up this whole area with some concrete, and then we can detail this up later. One of the things that would help detailing actually is to select all of the nodes inside of this square here and buildings and set them all to the same height. There we go. So now this whole area is flat. and we'll come back and detail it. So let's see if there's any buses that we can drag into here. And then is there another bus that we had through here? There is not, but I'm sure there will be more buses down the line and whatnot. So that's a good little hub here. So what else can we do to this little area? Well, we can remove zoning from this street here, which is one of the streets that I had to touch up. What the heck's going on here? Hopefully we didn't lose any houses with that mistake. And then we can get some commercial zoning around it. So we have tons and tons of commercial demand. So I think it's very appropriate to just fill this all in with commercial around this zone. It's also, you know, easy to do around a bus station. And I'm pretty comfortable doing commercial all the way through here. But residential, you know, residential is also needed. We have a ton of residential demand, so let's fill in this area with residential. Leaving a block in between the commercial and residential zoning, of course. All right, so it's all smooth and dandy, and now we have a metro line running through Hanover Heights here, and then it goes all the way under the bridge into a future town of Bellevue. So let's continue that, and I think what's going to happen is we're going to emerge out of this bridge here. Let's get a better view on. So we'll emerge out of the bridge, and we'll turn this way. We'll get a station in Bellevue here, and then we will turn it into the stadium. So pretty simple enough. I think maybe we could plan out a few roads in Bellevue then. When we build up Bellevue, which, you know, we're already starting, it will already be starting to be built up a little bit. We have some pre-established roads and whatnot. So we're going to swing this metro out over here and then bring it into the stadium. So why did we build this little road right here? Well, it's because we're going to put a metro on it. And we're going to use one of the new metro stations. That's, yeah, metro. Here we go, metro stations. From the content creator pack, and all it needs to be is the Sunken Island metro station or the dual platform Sunken Island metro station. And for this build, we're just going to use this one here. All right, so we have this metro station in here. We need some water down at the metro station, of course. So we'll bring this one across. There we go. And then now we can fill this metro station up with the station. Now we are above ground here, so I'm starting to rethink my plans because we could remain at ground level through here and only start to tunnel at this station. I mean, we're not that deep. Or we could change plans here and, you know, stay elevated all the way through with something simple like this. But then we need to get pretty low pretty quickly, and that's not ideal. Okay, well, let's see what the new platform would do for an area like Bellevue, right? If we get this in right in here, that's really cool. It's got a station and the shops. That's pretty neat stuff. We can bring it right over here and then just dive down into the ground. I mean, they are trams, sorry, light trains, so that is pretty cool. And I really like the idea of using an elevated platform through here. It's pretty challenging terrain, so why don't we then grab this? We might actually start to curve it out of this bridge earlier than expected. Okay, I gotta say that's pretty neat. I really enjoy this a lot, actually, of seeing how this emerges out through here. But I think there's still some smoothing that can be done. So let's just smoothify everything out. All right, so there we go. Got that extra support beam in here. We swing out over into here, and then now is the challenging part. This might slightly be unrealistic, but I think it's gonna be worth it because that station is really cool. I'm glad we got it in. But let's then bring this one just right across in a straight line to about right there. Then what we'll do is we'll grab the two nodes here and we'll set it to the same height as the station. That's not the same height as the station. Okay, very cool. So we then go underground, dip down, and we're here. So, you know, I think there's some slight unrealism here, but I have a plan for this line. We'll be using light rail cars. So I think some of these challenging slopes and slants and ducks and dives will work. So kind of like a hybrid tram metro, I think would be fine. I was actually on the local LRT today, and I was thinking while I was sitting on the LRT, you know, this is a pretty steep grade. So I think as long as the you know, we use the correct trams or metros, trains, I think we'll be fine. So that brings us then to the stadium, and then from the stadium here, what we're going to do is we're going to curve to Midtown Center, right? So along Midtown Center here, we have two options. Do we connect on this side of the BRT station or this side of the BRT station? And I'm leaning towards this side of the BRT station. Now I know we have some trams running in between here. It's not that far, but for a pedestrian, it is pretty far. And I also don't like the idea of tearing up much of what we've done over here. If we place the station on this side, it means that we don't need to cross a street to get to the trams or the buses. And I think that is ideal. So let's just grab the simple tram, bus, oh my goodness. What's happening to my brain here? Metro station. So we're gonna actually end up having to upgrade this road here to a tram road that can support a street. So let's find that, upgrade that, place the station down here. All right, so now that I placed that down, seems to have worked so far. I'm sure the metros will rebalance. We just need to try and align it with a curve here that would be appropriate. So I think I overdid it. I'm trying to connect it up to this station here. All right, so now we connect with this line here. Let's just quickly connect these two stations together. There we go. Let's sim the game so these trams can, you know, figure out where they're going again. And then we need to figure out where we're going. So we have a station there now. We're gonna go underground, underneath Midtown entirely. I'm okay to skip Midtown for a metro station because it's gonna be surrounded by metro stations, and we have that tram running through it. It's pedestrian friendly. And then we're gonna get a metro station right in here. Now this is a big deal. So this metro station is going to be kind of attached in theory to what's going on underground here. This is the Underground Garden Plaza. It's a tourist destination. I say this is just an extension of a cool architectural extension of a metro. So let's place one down right in here. It can be just something simple like this. It could be a fun station like this, but we need it at a certain angle, and I don't know if we're gonna get the exact angle we need for this. So let's just try and play with a few ideas here. So even if we were to place this right here, I don't know if it'll fit on this side. Let's see. No, so these aren't going to fit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to settle for this metro station here. Not ideal, but I mean, it kind of looks like this is the true metro station. So I'm okay to kind of just pull it back and let this be the star of the show. Very cool, very cool. So now we are going to then run parallel to this track. We're not actually going to connect to it, but I would like to run parallel to it. So let's make sure we're not snapping onto any nodes here. Actually, okay, before we do that, let's talk about this station. So this station here, pretty cool station. I really liked how it was placed originally. Just kind of hidden inside of this plaza. I love doing this. I think it looks really nice. But I think we have a cool opportunity here for this line in particular to use this one, which is the parallel station. So this will allow us to run these two busy lines separately and then connect them in over here in one spot. So this is going to take some work. We're going to delete the station, have to rejig the things, rejig all the lines, and yeah. All right, so I've, merged these two parallel lines through here. We connect up into this station in Prairie Station over here, where each one of them is going to have a terminus position, and I think we can start the new line here. So, a new metro line. We'll start right here. We'll swing all the way down through here, where we connect up with the Sunken Plaza station. And then we get all the way to here at the Midtown Center. And we get to the Prairie grounds. And then we emerge at Bellevue's elevated station, swing under the bridge, re-swing all the way out over here, where we connect up with this bus hub. And then we terminate for now at what's going to be Hanover, the downtown part of Hanover Heights. Swing all the way out over into here again. And then back down into the stadium, and then Midtown Center, over here. No, I don't want to complete the line, so let's just go all the way out to here. And I want to select this side, and then we'll swing all the way back down to complete the line, and then all I'll do is I'll just add a stop right here. All right, so that is the new metro line. Metro line 7, so this color is going to be red. Do we have a red line? No, we don't. Okay, so this tram, this is the most important part because we need it to be a tram-like train. So I think the best bet is the S-Bahn train. We'll see what it looks like. And then how many vehicles do we need? 4, I think is a good bet for now. Why don't we actually bump it up to 6 just to be safe? I don't think we, what I'm looking for is just the look right now of having 6 trains run. Does it run on a good pattern? Because I do suspect that eventually this line will get busy, though with the 204 passengers in the S-Bahn train, I don't know if we really need 6 practically. So this one is going to be the, and then let's take a look at what the trains look like if we can view them out over here. Oh look, there's one right here. Does this train look like it can go Yes, okay, so this is exactly what I was hoping for with this train. So we see how they're kind of like all segmented. So I think that kind of looks like a train that can do a little bit more elevations than the other ones. So if we look at what the other train options kind of were, it was the classic metro, the airport express metro, the subway train, and the high capacity metro. I think this one is probably the best bet. Plus, I do like the look of the red on these ones as well. So, you know, I think this set us up pretty well for the future here. We have a really good tram network running through this core. If we look at the metro system as a whole now, I know it has some dipsy doodles and dives, but I think they all make sense logically for the city. Maybe this one, maybe we could have moved it back a little bit so it was a little bit less of a dramatic curve. Let me know what you think. I'm okay to do that. I actually am not going to detail this up then, because I think if we push it down into here, that would be nice, but then it removes a lot of the centrality of this station. So that's the one issue that I have with it. But I think the bridge is logical. It's a logical connection point. I think it's logical to also remain elevated through here, though this is the only part where, you know, it's we can kind of say like, yeah, it's a game, you know, it's not a simulator 100% because this grade down into here is a little steep, but with the right trains maybe, but in the winter, I don't know about that. I'm sure these tracks get a little icy. And then we have a nice sharp turn here, but you know, it's leaving station, so that's fine. Down into here, this is all pretty good. I'm really pleased with how this works, especially the parallel stations through here, the separated tracks. I'm sure in real life underground the train tracks run side by side, but there's no 4-lane tram subway tracks, so that's fine. So we got new Greenberg station, and you know what, we can change this now, change the name of this station to new Greenberg station, little Futurama reference. And then we have a new station over here, so let's name this metro station, because we are saying that this has a beautiful underground garden as a part of the metro station itself. Then we have another little station over here, which is a little difficult because we have a bunch of parks already. There we go. And then we already have a spot here for the Fort Prairie Stampede Grounds. Oh, actually, it's not a station at all, or a park. So we'll name this park Stampede Station. And then we have another one over here in Bellevue. So let's see, Bellevue's over here. Let's get a nice park over in this side. And this is pretty simple. Bellevue Station. We swing under the bridge here, where we have Hanover Station already. And then there was a name for this station. It'll be in the next episode. My apologies. End of Line Station is its current name. We are just going to leave it at that for now. But there was a station right here, which we can name. And you know what? You guys can name this one. Let me know the name for this station and whether or not it should be here or further down into this suburb. Yeah, let me know. And then we'll rename this one as we get to it. So, you know, we're not done. There's one more change I want to do. So this metro right here, right now, runs pretty smoothly. You know, I'm really pleased with how this one works. But out of this station right here, we're missing an opportunity to get a underground section that runs into Fort Prairie Station, where we can have 2 lines running out this way. We can use our bypass stations as well, which is pretty fun. And right from here, we could then go into Walsenburg Station and to the airport. So instead of having to get off at Central Station, transfer, and then go that way, it creates us, it gives us a cool opportunity to do something fun, right? So let's run a new kind of connection, and we'll run this one pretty much underground right into this. So I think we're going to need to do a bit of work with the current lines to give us some room here to connect. So I think that would be appropriate. Let's just do a bit of move it work. All right, so we have that connection in place now. Now we can run another line through here. So this one can bypass through Hanover Station, and it can start at this end of line station here. So we don't need necessarily, if this is like an airport express, we don't necessarily need to stop here. But we will have a shared stop right here. Then we'll swing all the way through. And I guess we can bypass the university because it is a bypass station, which is kind of fun. But I definitely think that the university would have an airport express line attached to it. But that's okay. But also Arrow River Point Station is a bypass as well. So why don't we bypass Arrow River Point? Actually, this is a tough one because I think this would have a station for sure because it's beside the financial district. So let's do that. We'll bypass the university and then we'll come right into Fort Prairie Station, and then we'll go out into Walsenburg Station. All right, so this is the Airport Express Metro, and let's make it a orange. Oh wait, I have an orange. A teal? Yeah, okay, it'll be teal. And it is going to be the... And this one can have the very special Airport Express Metro. We don't need that many on it. It is an express, so we'll have 3. Whoa, 30. Okay, holy cow. I thought it had 30 people on it. We'll have 3 trams on it. Let's just go 4. It's a pretty long distance for now. But yeah, there we have it. And then there's one last thing in today's episode, folks, before we call it for the holidays. Now, there will be one more episode in 2022, along with that bonus content on the Discord, which, I really hope you join me. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not sure what city we're going to look at because I built a lot of my older cities on a road pack that is no longer available. The old Network Extensions 2 or something like that. Yeah, so I'm not sure which ones are going to work. I was hoping to go back all the way to Springfield, which was the first one I first series I ever posted on this channel. I did not know what I was doing at all on YouTube or building on PC for the matter. But definitely I was hoping that we could get into New Lancaster. But we'll see if we can. So the last thing I want to do in today's episode is we're actually going to remove the earth on this area here. And we're going to make this kind of a trench all the way along to the station. This was a comment from JMWZ that we should do this, and I agree. I think it takes us right back to the roots of the build and having exposed metros as much as we can, and I think it's just too cool of an opportunity right here to do. It'll also create some challenges as well, which I'm very excited for, and we'll have this come all the way right up to here where we go then underground right before the station, and this gives us a cool spot right here, for example, to do something like this with an elevated bridge. Could turn it right here, could go straight. I'm not sure what the final plan is for this, but like we could go elevated right here, and it gives us a cool little thing right here. Though this is looks a little iffy right now because of that glitchiness, so we'll have to try and maneuver some things around a little bit to remove the glitchiness of things. Let's see if we can do that really quickly with just a little bit of magic. Okay, yeah, that's fine. There's a little bit still, but we'll work on it another time. Especially with all the jankiness of this all, I think we could do with a bit of a scooch over for this whole line. So I'll definitely realign this before we build out here, and then we can always come back through here with a bit of a smoothing tool, see if that'll do anything, but I doubt it because it looks like it's kind of road jank rather than terrain issues. Could put a key all the way along here as well, but that is for a future video. I just wanted to get this in place because I think it's really cool to show the exposed metro. That was really awesome, a really awesome idea, and good keeping me straight with how we were going to approach this series as well. Definitely didn't want to lose the original theme, and then we get to watch these metros all the way, kind of run all the way through here, and we can also get potentially a ground station down in here as well, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, lots of metro planning in this area. I know a lot of you like the transit systems, but we are coming to an end of this series. Now, I'll get more into it in the next episode, what the plans are for 2023, but I think we need to reel it in a little bit with this series. This city was supposed to just be a small city, and you know, it is a small city at that. So I think we need to reel it in, get prepped for 2023 with some very fun new things planned. But I think we all know what is going in the city right now, and whatnot, because we've already started some projects. We have some legacy projects on the go. We have gaps to fill. So lots of stuff going on before we start dabbling into new adventures in my Canadian themed city building. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, folks, and we'll catch up right before the new year with an episode on the same day as a cool live Discord event. So don't forget, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Friday, December 30th, in the Discord. I know it's a little late for some of you European folks. I'm sorry about that, but have a good one. Peace out.